Hello and welcome back to day 4 of the Hearthstone Advent Calendar. Going to open a pack. I'm going to build a deck around the most interesting or the rarest card in that pack. And I'm going to lose with the deck that I build because that seems to be the trend that's emerging. I've got quite a few quests on the go to earn some more gold for my next packs. So hopefully I'll end up doing those quests and I'll end up getting more cards because I'll be completing class quests and I'll be leveling my heroes. But for now, we're just going to be playing with the cards that I've got. We have got the worst possible draw of cards. I've got 4 commons and I've got 1 rare. Right, what do we got here? We've got a Spiteful Smith. When he enrages, my weapon gets 2 attack. That's more focused on the rogue. I've got a Circle of Healing for the priest. Restore 4 health to all minions. That's including their minions. In a rage, deal 1 damage to a minion and give it +2 attack. That's kind of like that minion, except it costs nothing. And Soul of the Forest, give your minions Death Rattle, summon a 2/2 Treant. That's actually quite good. Because the Druid has a lot of stuff on the field, if I remember. Or at least, am I thinking of the right class? No, I'm thinking of Shaman. That's okay, that's okay. I'll check out the rare. Blade Flurry. Now, we've already played one with Blade Flurry. I'm thinking, actually, I'm quite interested to play a bit of the Druid, actually, and put in Soul of the Forest, giving my minions Death Rattle with 2/2 Treants. I'm very interested in that, actually. I'll be able to trade loads out for it. So, there it is. There's the Druid. The Druid. I've not actually played a Druid before. I don't quite know how it will play out. But I think that was probably the most... It interested me, at least. That's my kick-ass warrior. Oh, dear lord. Just delete that. Let's pretend that didn't happen. Where's that other card? I can't remember. I can't even remember the other card I unlocked. Oh, there it was. Right. Let us play Druid. Because we have not played Druid yet. And I have not played Druid at all. Not a single Druid card. So, what do we think here? What's going to happen? So, we've got Shapeshift. Shapeshift is a nice passive. You get +1 attack for this single turn, and you gain +1 armor. So you're sort of a little bit tanky, like the warrior, but you can get out there and swing and deal a bit of damage as well. And you don't take a penalty from it because you've got 1 armor if they've got 1 attack. So, what are we gonna do here? What are we gonna do? I think most of the Druid stuff is focused on. Apparently, I haven't. Oh, that is what I. Apparently, I have an epic for the Druid. Well, there we go. Druid was a good choice. I think the Druid is mostly focused on, it's sort of a nature deck, so it's mostly focused on growth and expansion. So, I'm going to look at some of these custom cards. Gain 2 mana crystals this turn only, and it's nothing. Absolutely taking an innovate. It's like a good coin, basically. Claw is, give you hero +2 attack and 2 armor. Okay, it's not great. I'll take 1. Naturalize, destroy a minion, your opponent draws 2 cards. I'm not taking that. I don't want to give them 2 cards to draw. Mark of the Wild, 2/2 in Taunt. Absolutely. That's like 2 Taunt monsters right there. Gain an empty mana crystal, Wild Growth. I know that's very, very potent early game if you can get it out. I will put 1 in, though, because wasting 2 turns growing extra mana crystals is a bit useless. I don't want to really be doing a lot of healing. Put that in because I unboxed it. Choose 1. Charge or +2 health and taunt. I'll put him in. And I'll put this in. I didn't even know I had this. Summon 3 2/2 Treants with charge that die at the end of the turn. Should be adventurous. Right. Now what are we focused on with the Druid? Immediately my first thoughts are I'm going to have to stagnate gameplay to get out some big monsters. That's my first thought. I'm gonna want big monsters here. Because all this seems to be taunting and stopping your enemy from gaining some significant advantage until you get to the end game. So, he goes in, obviously, keeping an eye on the mana curve. No 3 drops, noted. Put in some big monsters. Put in some real big monsters, eh? What are we going to put in? What are we going to put in? Put in a couple of those. Big attack, 9 attack. Put in a couple of those to give everything else +1/+1. So if you put him out, everything has +1/+1, then you play, what was that? Force of Nature after him on the next turn. They've all got charge, they've all got 3/3. So that looks good. I will will summon. I will choose the wind. I've actually got a few buffs in here, so I will summon that. Taunt Divine Shield, nice. Big Taunt, nice. Now, obviously, I'm really high on the end game cards now, so I'll flick back a few and look for stuff I can use to slow down the game. Everything I want to do is slowing down till I get to the end of the game. So we're going to go... Healing works well in this deck. Healing works very well. Slowing down gameplay, that's my focus. I'll put in a Taunt, mostly comprised of taunts here. Put in one of those because it's good cost. That will slow him down if I use it on it. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Doesn't have a lot of health. Draw, of course. I almost forgot we need draw, don't we? We need to be able to draw cards, or else we're going to be doomed. He's the last 2-drop I'll put in, because you can see from the mana curve we've got absolutely no 3s and only 1 4 and a 5. As always, this solid card. What's going to slow down? What's going to slow him down the most so I can get to my late game? That's going to slow him down. Taunts are going to slow him down. Okay, 4 or 5s. Lacking in draw again. This is going to slow him down. That's difficult to deal with, as always. And there's a card I specifically want you in for draw. I want... yeah, I'll put you in. And I want a big old taunt. That's my curve at. I'm lacking in 5, so I'll put him in instead. There we go. Druid deck, well balanced on the curve. Look like we've got a lot of druidy stuff going on here. The whole focus is to stall until we can get to late game and we can summon out some of our big minions, because as you can see, we've got a lot of end game minions there. We've got 9 of our minions are 6 or higher. So that is a lot. That is a lot. So a third of my deck is 6 or higher. But that's the whole point. We're going to stall until we can get to use those really big cards. So I'll pop on with the custom druid. Literally no cards unlocked for him. I've never played him before. A little bit of guesswork going in, a little bit of what I've seen other people play him as, but he feels to me as if what I should be doing is stalling until the late game. So that's the deck I've built, that's the deck I'll be playing, and hopefully I win, unless I get a paladin, in which case, excuse me, I'll try not to rage quit, because I just hate paladins. Eventually I'll get to play as one, but until that day, I'll just cry every time I meet one. Right, who are we up against? A warlock. Interesting. Now, this is slightly problematic, because I know the warlock, you need to do a lot of early game damage to him, otherwise he keeps life tapping. His life tap enables him to lose 2 life and draw a card. So he plays out a lot of cards and just keeps drawing them at the cost of his own life. So I should really be dealing early game damage to him to stop him from life tapping. But I can't. I really can't. I don't have a lot of early game damage. I go first. Oh, Goblin. What's his name again? Gelbin Mechatork. Now, I don't really want to summon this out because it would be a waste of his passive. So I'll just end my turn. I know next turn if he summons out something with 1 health, I can deal with it with my passive, because it gives me 1 attack for that single turn. I think it looks good. What's he playing out? He's playing the coin out, so he gets an extra mana crystal. Followed up by a River Crocolisk. That doesn't have 1 health, does it? That really doesn't have 1 health. That's a bit awkward. Obviously it's difficult to deal with. That was the point. He did coin to get it out. Not quite sure what he is waiting for. Can't do anything else, mate.
My greetings.
Quite sure what he's waiting for. But how am I going to deal with this? See, that's useless. So I could either summon that out, which would probably die and wouldn't kill it, or I could summon this, which gives me 1 armor. No, I can't really deal with that. I might just have to take the 1 damage if I armor up, unless I draw something amazing. Wow, so he's finished his turn. That was quite painful. Oh, he did apologise though.
Sorry about that.
I will simply armour up and I will attack his face.
Job done.
Thus ensuring that next turn when he hits me with the 2, I only take 1 because I've got a bit of armour in the way. There's not much else I can do. I think next turn I can summon this. It's got 3 whole attack and Divine Shield, which means the first damage that it takes does no damage to it. Now you see where the power of the Warlock comes into play. It's a Warlock unique card, and it's very, very strong. But it comes with a massive penalty, which is the point of the Warlock. I will summon out this. That looks good. If he actually attacks it with both of these, I doubt he will. But if he does, it will trade very well because it can kill both of these. It has 3 attack, and these both have 3 health. So this can kill both of them. And if he doesn't, I can kill both of them. But more than likely, he'll have something in his hand to deal with that. At least with the Divine Shield. So he's got that. So he's attacking me directly. He seems to be rushing me down pretty fast. Okay. Interesting. How much does this get? It goes +2 attack and health. That won't protect me against that. Aha! I know what I can do. Yes. Yes, I can do this. I will give this +2 attack and taunt. Making it 5/3. I will kill this and it will use my Divine Shield up. And then I will use my armour. Give me 1 attack and I'll deal with this Wolf Rider. And he's got to get through my taunt still. And it's got 3 health now instead of 1. So it's going to be pretty problematic for him to deal with. I reckon that card. It's got 1 buff and it is a minion in of itself. So that's 2 cards right there. It is just traded for 1. If it trades for a second, which it's gonna, then it will be cost worthy. If it trades for a third, it will be cost efficient, and I'll have an advantage on him. And most likely he'll have to sacrifice health to keep up with the draw. But it depends what he's got here. Deal 2 damage, restore 2 health to himself. That's fine because it doesn't. It's traded 3 cards for 2 there. Consider that well worth it. Also, it puts me at an advantage if he doesn't summon anything out, because I'll have the edge. Fortunately, I don't have any low-cost cards to summon because a third of my deck is taken up by high-cost cards. So what I will do is I will restore 2 health to myself, summon a bit of armour, that's what I usual, and swing at his face for 1. Now, I don't want his draw. See, I've got 5 cards, he's got 4 cards, but he can draw whenever he wants. I don't want his draw to get out of control. I've really got to get into him and start dealing some damage to him, or else he could just play loads of cards, and it's not going to be an issue for him. I'm thinking Gelbin Mechatalk next turn. I'm thinking Gelbin Mechatalk. Summon an awesome invention. Yeah, this invention could literally be anything. It could be good or bad. So let's roll the dice, shall we? What is it? At the end of your turn, give a random minion +1/+1. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Fortunately, it can be killed straight out with that. So he probably will be attacking that. But unless it gives it to itself. Or if he gives it to itself, it doesn't. But that's a big minion now. So I'm happy with that. He's probably going to take that out straight away. Oh, Jesus. Okay, he's going to trade it. I forgot this gives spell power. Oh, interesting. Is he going to kill the Emboldener? No. Okay, I see what he's done. And look, he used tons of cards then, but he can just life tap and get it back. Get back his draw. So, bit of a problem. Don't worry though, I've still got my Emboldener 3000 out on the field. And I can summon... Hopefully, I think I'm going to summon a Taunt to keep that safe. This would deal with both of them, 6/5. This wouldn't deal with both of them because it only has 4 health, so I'm going to summon him out. All gates are open. Yeah. And it gives it to... Oh, it affects enemies. Oh dear. Oh dear, I didn't know that. That's not good. Oh dear. Oh dear. Ah. Okay, you might have a slight problem here because he's playing out tons of minions and he's just life tapping to keep up with the draw. But it is going to trade rather well there. It's going to trade 2 for 1. I'm happy with that. Charge or +2 health and taunt. That's going to give it 6 health. And even if one of these are buffed by +1/+1, they can't deal with it. That's only 5 drop, which means I can summon this out behind it. So actually, I'm going to summon that out. I'm going to choose taunt because it won't be able to deal with this 5 health. And I'm going to summon this out as well.
Job done.
And now I've got more minions than him. Hopefully, one of my minions will get +1/+1. Hopefully, my taunt will get +1/+1, so he won't be able to kill it. And it was the Murloc. Okay. This is a bit of a liability. Oh, Gelbin Mechatalk. I hate you so. Oh, Gelbin Mechatalk, why you do this to me? Oh dear. Fortunately, he has taken a bit of damage because he's life tapped his own health, but in the grand scheme of things, yeah, I'm a little bit in danger here. He is having to trade poorly with my minions here, but like he's always throwing away 2 minions to deal with 1 taunt because I have a lot of high level minions. But it's taunt mate. That's unfortunate. 9. I've got 9 mana. I've got to do something with it. 5 will leave me with 4 mana. If I put him behind a taunt, he can still just straight up kill him. Unless he gets the +1/+1. I think the first thing I've got to do is kill that. I've got to regain board presence somehow. Ah. How about if he attacks that into that? Yes. If I summon this out, now this can kill this if he attacks it. But none of these have taunt. That's a problem. I'll armor up again. And I've really got to stop him using his life tap here. I've really got to stop him using his life tap. Oh, thank God. Finally. 7/7. Finally get one of my own minions emboldened. It's just random, so... Nothing to stop him going for my face here, but he won't do a lot of damage. Unless he's got some amazing mega buffs. But it's looking good. He's running out of cards in his hand. He's going to have to life tap. Life tap costs him 2 health and 2 mana. So it limits his possibilities. If he's going straight for me, which is fine. He's going to do that. What's he doing? That's an interesting decision. Unless he's got something to follow that up, which he probably does. What's he going to follow it up with? Ah, Hellfire. Twisted Hellfire. And I'm left in an advantageous situation. Somewhat. Gain 2 mana crystals this turn only. Now I'll use it after I've used up some of my already existing mana. So effectively I have 12 mana crystals this turn, which is fantastic. But what can I do with those 12 mana crystals? I've got to deal with this. Got to deal with this. I can deal with this in the form of a taunt. So I'm going to summon my taunt out. That deals with that. He's got to get through that somehow. He's got no cards in his hand. Now, I've got to choose one of these to summon out. And I think it's going to be the Stormwind Champion again. So, I'll summon him out. Aha! Now, that's a problem for him. He can't kill that. And I can just keep on attacking. Right, in before that gets emboldened now. That's just going to get emboldened, isn't it? Oh, he emboldened himself. What a legend. Okay, it's putting in the man hours now. See, he's only got 1 card now. He's still got his draw. He's not using his draw enough. He really needs to use that ability. Come on, what are you going to do? Come on, I've got you. Nah, it doesn't even matter. Don't even need that minion. Yeah, see, there it is. See, but now he's used 5 mana just to get 1 card and 1 minion off the field. Oh, he's struggling. He's struggling. What are you going to do? So we're almost on even health now. Because of all these big minions I can get out over and over again. Because of stuff like Innovate, where I can go up to 12 mana crystals per turn. He's really going to struggle to... He may have life tap to keep up with draw, but he's going to struggle to keep up with me in terms of late game, which we've got to now. He's really going to struggle to deal with all of my high cost creatures. Interesting trade. Deal 1 damage. 4 damage. Ooh, that's not good. Now I'll definitely get emboldened on one of my own minions. I could swap the attack and health of that. I don't think that's a wise decision though. I could swap the attack and health of that. I'm going to save that to remove something big of his. I'm going to bring out that. I'm going to armour up and attack up. I'm going to swing in its face. Oops. And if he summons out something with really high attack, and it has slightly low, like a Core Hound, for example, has high attack, I can lower his attack with that, or vice versa, I can lower his health with that, and take him out really easily. Okay, that's easy enough to deal with. Okay, he has just lost. Well played, mate. Yeah. He had nothing to taunt me with, he had nothing to stop me attacking him directly in the face, so he lost. That was a good game, I think. I think and I leveled up my druid. Oh, there you go. Got a bit of gold as well. I think that went pretty well. I think I played the druid how it was meant to be played there. You're meant to get out a lot of high cost cards. Oh, Jesus. And that would help with the draw. I was getting a little bit low on the old draw, and this sort of card would really help with the draw. And again, it's a high cost card, just like all my other ones were. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that win. Hopefully. Oh, got a new quest as well. Major Shaman victory. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get through these quests. I'm going to earn some more cards for all of my classes that I haven't already, and I will see you tomorrow for the opening of the 5th pack and the 5th door on the advent calendar, and I will build the most interesting deck that I can. Thank you for watching. I've been Keys, you've been a viewer on YouTube, and I will see you next time. Thank you, bye!